holding one of the Kite speed records and timed at over 180 kilometres an hour in flight. That's about 110 miles an hour. And there's still, I think that's pretty much an unbeaten record. So, if you want to know more about flexifoils, about kites, power kites, John is your man. We're going to give him 2 or 3 more minutes just to wind down, and then we're going to move on to the altitude speed. So we're going to leave you with John and the flexifoils. Working supremely hard out there. That's a lot cheaper than going to the gym and a lot more fun. Absolutely amazing. Those kites, I can't overemphasize how much power is generated by those.
Now, am I going to get this one right? John, is that a fluke? Yes, I've got one right. The little black and white owl, black and white tails, wings each side, is called a fluke. Not a fluke because it flies, like a fluke. Where the name came from, I don't know.
Peter, if I could just touch up there, we've had a mobile phone handed into the PA cabin, so if you've lost a mobile phone, we have one at the PA booth.
There you are, mobile phone at the PA. Somebody might have dropped one. No, it's not mine, I didn't bring it. At least I don't think so. Who knows? So while we're enjoying the spectacle of these single-line kites bobbing around the sky, many of which have been made by members themselves, members of the Kite Club, and I think, like most of the members of this club, they can honestly say that for every kite they bought, they probably made one. And some of the kites you can see are made by hand, by members, are quite fantastic. So I'm hoping now, sometime during the next 5 or 10 minutes, we're going to see kites in stacks being launched. So I'll give you 5 minutes and then we'll clear the single liners, and I've had a promise from at least 7 people, maybe 8, to fly a stack of kites. Shows you I'm reading the wrong kind of newspaper. I've just been told the fluke comes from a comic strip in the Daily Mail some years ago. A very long time ago, and Colin should know because Colin's very old. Sorry, Colin. Having said that, Colin, use both hands in the air now, and then I can see how many we've got. There's 1, 2, 3. There's one over there I know, he's not raising his hands. 4, 5. That's brilliant. Okay. Can we start clearing the single line kites, please? Start winding in, moving them across to the side. Where did you get that hat, Stephen? Put badges on it. I'm tapping on again, aren't I? Down here we've got a Cody. I recognise one of those. It's a miniature one. Cody was the chap that made these multi-box kites many, many years ago. The sole intention was to lift people into the sky. Somebody cottoned onto it and said, oh, we can use that, we can spy on the enemy over the lines in France. Yeah. Oh, somebody just mentioned the altitude record. I'm going to mention it now because today we've got several people here who were involved only a couple of years ago, after several years of really hard work, out near the wash somewhere. They spent the day, literally the day, from very early in the morning to very early evening. It took them 6 hours to get a single kite with other lines, other kites to support the line. They actually broke the altitude record by getting the top kite, using the GPS system so they knew where it was, horizontally, vertically. They got it a height of over 18,500 feet. Unfortunately, the Guinness Book of Records weren't there on the day, but other people have recognised the record as being genuine. 18,500 feet. That takes some thinking about. It took 6 hours, I think, to get the kite up to the top. About another 5 to get it all back down again. And in the process, they couldn't believe what they'd achieved. The GPS told the truth. I think prior to that, over the previous 5 years, they'd actually lost several GPS units, several kites, and several miles of line, such the vagaries of kite flying. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now getting ready, something which I asked 2 years ago. I asked somebody to fly a stack of kites. If you have a single line kite, can you move it out of the arena, please? Thank you. Or a single kite of any sort, even a two-line kite, single two-line kite out of the arena, please. We just want stats at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready, take it away. Let's all remember Bruno while we fly these multi-stack kites. Enjoy.
to search for the hero inside yourself. Search for the secrets you hide. Search for the hero inside yourself until you find the key to your life. In this life, long on the sea, live it as you live for free. Ain't so high. Just keep the flame of truth burning bright. Missing heaven, you must die.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll ask you with the stuck kites, bring down and clear the arena, please. Ready for Stuntman John. As it did 2 years ago, that brought a lump to my throat, and I thought of Bruno when I saw those stuck kites going through the air then. Thank you so much, you guys. That was a lovely display. Really appreciate it, as I'm sure our friends from the public do. Thank you. And he is another true kite flyer, one of those people out there.
So that'll be interesting. Stick around for that. That'll definitely be a camera moment. So it's in the main arena. Hopefully we've got John with the stack of flexes. He was just flying, so we're going to give him a second or two to sort that out. But as soon as he's up, we'll put on some music. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the flexi foil kite. Really was innovative, and it came out in the late 1970s through a university project for a couple of guys in the UK. And they were working on this for quite some time, and for its day it was completely innovative. There was nothing else like it. Now the designers started to be developed a little bit, and there are various versions of this ram air principle kite, but mostly the FlexiFoil is the kite to fly. It's the first and unquestionably the best. So there we go, there they go, up into the sky. We've got a train or a stack of, I think there are 10 in this stack. I'm sure somebody will tell me if they're a different number than that. These kites are a wingspan of 6 feet, 2 metres in old money, and you can see they create quite a generous amount of pull. They were designed as a traction kite to create power, and this version of the kite, the 6 foot, was developed in the early 80s. Originally came in 8 foot versions and 10 foot, and if you were really lucky you could find a 4 foot, which was quite fun. And it was the 4 foot flexi that set the world speed record for kite flying. So it's the fastest speed between 2 points, and that is well over 100 miles an hour, which is it's pretty significant. These kites don't fly anywhere near that speed, and because they're trained together in a big stack, they fly a little bit slower again. So we're just going to put some music on, and we're going to enjoy the FlexiFoil stack. This is definitely a codec moment. First, the commentator works every time, and what's happened is that the wind is a little bit light and variable at ground level, and these kites, all modern sport kites, are flown on a fixed length of line. Unlike single line kites, where the aim is for height, you'll get anywhere up to 60 metres, that being the maximum you're allowed in the UK without special permission from the CAA. Which incidentally we do have here this weekend. You can fly up to 700 feet here this weekend if you are so inclined. But generally, sport kites fly on fixed length lines, and they're about 30 or 40 metres long. So that's somewhere between 100